is in the wire that's gone. Does that make sense? This is what's left. Does that make
I'm
sense?
sorry to hear that, and I'm sad for you, but you're wearing your Jets hat, and I'm a little concerned right now that you're wearing your Jets hat. I thought that's why you were crying.
Okay, I'm done.
Do you want to know why men don't like being vulnerable? That video is why.
What are you doing, Bro?
So as I'm scrolling to TikTok and everything, and I came across this video, and I did not expect that video to hit me this hard. And also the disappointment that I actually felt with the response from his significant other. So check this out. Check it out real quick.
Hey, what are you doing? I came out to check on you.
Huh?
What are you doing? Thought you were working.
I'm looking at this.
What is it?
It's wire. It's a spool of wire. And I'm almost out of it. Can you see the spool of wire?
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost out of it.
Okay.
And I've had this spool of wire for like 40 years. I bought it like this it's not a piece of a long time ago, but it's like 40 years of my life is in the wire that's gone. Does that make sense? This is what's left. Does that make
I'm
sense?
sorry to hear that, and I'm sad for you, but you're wearing your Jets hat, and I'm a little concerned right now that you're wearing your Jets hat. I thought that's why you were crying.
Okay, I'm done.
The thing that's very irritating is that, like, on one end, we're being told that you need to express yourself, you need to be vulnerable, you need to, like, do all that stuff, right? To let your, like, the thing that you're feeling, to be able to find a way to express it. And on the other hand, when we are expressive, when we try to actually, tell our significant other how we feel, then I guess because they're not used to it sometimes, maybe part of it is, maybe it's our fault. Or other part of it is like when we finally let our guard down and actually express how we're feeling at the moment, that vulnerability, and then we just get mocked or ridiculed or not even be taken seriously. And it's like, all right, I guess I'm fine. And I know it's might be confusing for you too, guys, sometimes, but like the sheer level of dismissiveness from this lady is just like, it is so messed up, man. It's so messed up. Like, it's not just a wire.
It's not just a spool of wire. It's his life. It's his longevity. It's his commitment and his loyalty. It's his work ethic and his resilience. It's how much he can invest in something for so long without walking away. It may not be sentimental to you. It may not make sense to you. But fuck, we gotta respect that it means something to him. That's what matters.
Of course, that lady received a whole bunch of backlash and stuff like that because she was an insensitive prick, basically, right? And, she made a video response, and basically without Dan in the process, right? And then try to be like, well, Dan is fine, we have a sense of humor and all that stuff.
Hey everyone, I'm here today to talk about Wiregate. I know that we've had a lot of comments about our video. It's been very interesting to say the least. None of which I took personally, but what Dan and I did see through all of the comments and all of the responses is that relationships struggle with transparent conversation. Relationships struggle with the honest responses. We have a very unique relationship and we play a lot. And just for the record, Dan is fine. And he's gonna be home in just a minute. So I bought him an early Christmas gift and I think you all will be very interested in what it is.
Try to be like, well, Dan is fine, we have a sense of humor and all that stuff. It's like, no, it's not that. And I get it, right? Because a lot of us are taking things too hard. Because once we get to a certain age, and then we try to reflect in life, we try to see, like, we're coming up in age, we're in our 40s and our 50s, and we spend a lot of time, working and doing certain things that keep us away from the family. And then we have to, like, reflect, like, yo, I have a longer period of time doing this than I ever spent with, let's say, a family member or people that really matter to me, because I had to provide and create a better life for the ones that I love or that I care about. Or maybe perhaps, we're looking at it like the level of commitment that we spent with that thing when we first had it. and then now it's coming to its end, and like, wow, this is, yeah, it's a reflection of what your life looks like. You know, when we first started our journey, let's say 10 years ago, 20 years ago, with that significant other, with that person, and then now look at where we are. We're aging, my back hurt, and you know, where it's reflecting in life and seeing mortality, what it's like. Is it the day is gonna be the last day I spoke to my parents? You know, they're getting up in that age. You know, is certain part of my life is gonna actually come to an end? That's what this guy was trying to reflect, and you didn't get it. You just didn't get it.
So I can't thank everybody enough for all the comments that you have sent to us about this video that we posted the other day. There were some people that said, sorry, some people.
What you just saw right now, this is someone for the first time he felt like he's being heard. The internet heard him. Like, the internet felt what he was going through. Obviously, that's his wife. He have to come through and defend her and all that stuff. But some of these emotions, you can't really hide it, man. And then, I feel for you, man. But yeah, continue with that hostage video that you got.
That said, it was a setup or planned. No, dude. I had this feeling about this as I was using this wire a couple weeks ago, and I kept thinking about it, and I decided to just put it on and talk about my life feels like it's dwindling. I blindsided my wife.
No, my guy, you didn't blindside your wife. You were having a human moment. You were having a human emotions, a breakdown. You were feeling that, and then she was your person, the one person that you could feel vulnerable with, and you try to share that human experience with her, and she just fumbled it. She just completely dismissed you. She just, I don't know, make fun of your hat or something. Like,
I asked her to come out and film this because I had this feeling that I just wanted to put this on something, and I did. She had no idea, and she made a joke about my Jets hat, and many people took that as really poor taste. She's the most loving, amazing person I've ever had. Our communication is incredible. What we do have to talk about at the end of the day is men, women, everybody being listened to, because that struck a nerve in a lot of people.
The thing about social media, especially let's say when couples or people actually invite the whole world into their lives, and we get to have a peek and we assess them to a situation where sometimes you may not see what you've been accustomed to for a very long time. Maybe your wife has always been that dismissive of your feelings, of your emotions, and the way you kind of go about it and you cope through life is by just be like, oh, let me be that funny guy, let me just be that goofball and stuff like that. And maybe we are reading too much into this, right? Or maybe that's an opportunity for your wife to see how she has been dismissive of you for so long, and perhaps try to remedy that situation. I know a lot of people say like, yeah, you know, he should leave her and blah, blah, blah. No, I'm never the type of person that kind of advocate for like, things are not working out, dump the chick or dump that dude. No, life is very complicated, right? And when we just give up on our significant other because there are certain things that needs to be adjusted, we're not really doing a disservice. But at the same time, it is what it is. My whole point is, well, they actually did make a video together, stuff like that, which I'm not gonna put it in there because it would take too long. However, if you guys think that I should continue on that story and follow through, then yeah, I could make a second video about Wiregate, I might say. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. What is your wire pool? What is that one thing about your life that kind of reminds you like, oh wow, that makes you think about mortality, that makes you realize where you are in life, that give you that self-reflection? Let me know down below in the comment section. Once again, you know what it is. I'm your host, The Haitian. So share, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out of here. Peace.
Video where a man has a pretty poignant moment with a spool of wire where he realizes that he's had it for about 40 years and it's running out, and he kind of has this clash with mortality, only for his wife to kind of take the piss out of him by coming out and making fun of him for it. Well, the wife Cindy has responded, but she's only made things worse. So in this video, Cindy basically explains, you guys just don't have a sense of humor, Dan is fine. But the video is made even weirder because of the fact that Dan isn't even there, so all we have is her word to go off of. This video was not well received, with the top comment being, Dan is fine, and he will continue to be fine every time you ask him how he is from here on out. So then she sends Dan in to make a video video. And this makes things even worse because somehow Dan ends up apologizing for all of this, saying that it was unfair for him to blindside his wife with that. Blink twice, Dan! I guess she managed to successfully convince him that if he wants to have an existential crisis, he's gonna have to pencil it in on the family calendar ahead of time. It's just times like this, especially as the mother of a son, that I wish so many guys didn't fall for the whole happy wife, happy life, the wife is always right, just say sorry even if you didn't do anything wrong trope. Dan, you didn't do anything wrong. And Cindy, now you have to apologize to Dan twice.